Power is not always about conquest. Sometimes, true power lies in silence, in the ability to walk away, to protect your peace as though it were a crown. But few understand this. Most people surrender their minds to chaos, letting the wrong people infiltrate their emotions and steal their energy. Peace is not a gift. It's a battlefield. And the first rule of survival is to identify your enemies, not the ones who draw swords, but the ones who smile while poisoning your mind. There are 6 kinds of people who do this. 6 psychological traps disguised as relationships. Once you learn to recognize them, you will see the world differently. And once you master how to outsmart them, you will never lose your peace again. 1. The energy leech. This person feeds on your attention the way a parasite feeds on blood. They are not interested in your success or your growth, they only crave your emotional reactions. Their life feels empty, so they use you as fuel. They appear in many forms: the friend who always calls with drama, the relative who thrives on gossip, or the lover who starts fights just to feel alive. The energy leech is clever. They know when to appear fragile, when to cry, when to play the victim, so that you lower your guard and comfort them. But once you feed them your sympathy, they drain you until you feel heavy, tired, and uncertain of yourself. Outsmart them by refusing to react. They draw power from your attention, so give them none. Let silence be your answer, and watch them suffocate on their own noise. Machiavelli once said, "Never waste your strength on the weak who only seek warmth, for they will drag you into the cold." Your peace demands distance. 2. The subtle competitor. They are not openly against you. In fact, they might appear supportive, even friendly. But beneath their polite words lies envy, a quiet resentment toward your progress. This person smiles when you speak of failure and tightens their jaw when you speak of success. They mimic your habits, adopt your style, but their intention is not to learn, it is to compete. You will know them by their patterns. They ask questions not to understand, but to gather information. They compliment you, but their words are hollow, their eyes calculating. The subtle competitor wants to live your life without doing your work. They will study you until they can imitate you, then criticize you when you surpass them. Outsmart them by practicing strategic ignorance. Reveal little. Keep your ambitions private. Smile, but let your plans move in silence. A true Machiavellian mind never reveals its full map. When your results speak, they will be too shocked to respond. 3. The emotional manipulator. This one is a master of guilt. They disguise control as love, concern, or care. They say, "I'm only doing this for you." But what they really mean is, "I want you to do what benefits me." They twist your emotions like strings on a puppet. When you're strong, they make you feel selfish. When you're weak, they make you feel dependent. And in both cases, you lose yourself. These manipulators are dangerous because they use your goodness as a weapon against you. They sense your empathy, your loyalty, your softness, and they turn those virtues into chains. Outsmart them by learning emotional detachment. You don't need to explain your boundaries. You simply enforce them. When they play the victim, observe, don't engage. Guilt only works on those who believe they owe something. You owe no one your peace. Remember, a lion doesn't argue with a hyena about its roar. You are not cruel for protecting your energy. You are wise. 4. The perpetual victim. Some people are addicted to suffering. To them, pain is not an experience, it's an identity. They speak endlessly about how the world has wronged them, how no one understands their pain, how fate is unfair. Their weakness becomes their pride. They collect sympathy as if it were currency, trading it for control. The moment you offer help, they trap you in a loop of emotional debt, because helping them once means you are expected to help forever. The perpetual victim doesn't want solutions, they want witnesses. Your empathy becomes their stage. Outsmart them with indifference. Offer them silence instead of comfort. Let them face the mirror of their own misery. Because peace requires discipline, and pity is the enemy of discipline. Do not let their story infect your state of mind. They drown willingly, you are not obligated to drown with them. 5. The secret saboteur. This one hides in plain sight. They might be a colleague, a friend, or even a family member. They pretend to support you, but in truth, they whisper poison behind your back. Their weapon is subtle, rumor, doubt, small acts of betrayal that erode your foundation. You'll know you're near one when your confidence suddenly feels unstable. When your wins begin to feel undeserved. That's their influence, they plant seeds of insecurity in your mind. The secret saboteur operates like a spy. They gather your weaknesses and use them when it benefits them most. You can't confront them directly, they'll deny, deflect, or cry innocence. Outsmart them by controlling your narrative. Never let others define your image, define it yourself through action, consistency, and silence. Machiavelli wrote, "Men judge more by the eye than by the hand, for all can see, but few can feel." Let them talk. While they waste time weaving lies, you build truth through results. The greatest revenge is not anger, it is composure. 6. The master of chaos. This is the most dangerous of them all. They don't seek your attention or your sympathy, they seek your confusion. Their goal is not to hurt you directly, but to destabilize you. They change plans constantly, shift emotions without warning, create tension in peaceful moments. They want you always guessing, always uncertain, always reactive. In this chaos, they control the tempo of your life. Such people thrive in disorder because order exposes their emptiness. When life is calm, they lose relevance, so they ignite fires just to have something to put out. Outsmart them with extreme calmness. Refuse to chase their storms. When they shout, lower your voice. When they rush, slow your steps. Let your steadiness drive them mad. Because chaos cannot survive where there is no reaction. Peace is not found in fighting storms, it is found in mastering stillness. The world will not warn you about these people. They come dressed as friends, partners, lovers, mentors, sometimes even family. But your peace is your power, and power attracts both light and darkness. You cannot control who comes into your life, but you can control who earns access to your mind. Remember, peace is not passive. It is a form of strength. And those who wish to keep it must learn to move like a strategist, to see people not for what they say, but for what they do. Machiavelli once taught that a wise ruler must appear kind but think critically, must appear open but move in silence. You are the ruler of your own mind, and these 6 enemies seek your throne. So guard it. Speak little. Observe much. And let your peace remain the loudest proof of your power.